Hello guys, I'm Climate of Joe. Welcome back to a new YouTube live stream on the Climate of Joe YouTube channel. I'm here. So, we're going to play FIFA. We just created our manager. He looks amazing. Right. So, let's just do that. Strict. Let's give ourselves a little bit. Everton did actually in real life. Let's go down a setting. Loose, lenient. Do that. And let's just go and change one more setting. Sterling. Right. Hello, Pixel King. Welcome to the stream. I haven't seen you on the streams in a while. How are you? Welcome to the stream. We are streaming FIFA. It says Minecraft and FIFA because I forgot to change the stream name. This is a bit of a later stream, guys, because I've been really busy over the last week. I don't know, just getting caught up on how I haven't been able to join because my internet data plan. Oh, okay. Yeah. But I will admit, I haven't actually streamed that much. I've been going through everyone on the stream. I've been going through... Yeah, I've generally named my manager Climate of Fat Joe. I've generally named the manager that. Right. I've gone through and had the biggest sort outs in years, guys. I've had the biggest sort out in years. Accurate. Yeah, it's not actually that accurate, but... Actually, first things first, let's renew some contracts. Let's get Seamus Coleman, Everton's captain, to do one more year. Let's get Vitaly Mykolenko to do another year. Let's get Dressaganagay to do one more year because he is vital. He's played practically every game for Everton this season. Patterson will renew his contract. Yeah, there's been a little less streams recently, guys, and there might be less streams next week. I'm trying to enter a novel writing short story competition. It's the BBC running it. And I saw it the other day, and I've got like 15 days. I've got like 15 days to write something. The SSD price has been skyrocketing. Everton. Everything is skyrocketing at the moment. That's practically the case, though. You know, the price does go up. Like, for example, I bought the new Doctor Who season this morning for 15 quid. Loan in or Brahim Diaz, I almost signed in FIFA the other day because I saw that he was 80. He was like 80 rated. I can't loan in anyone at the moment. I can't loan in anybody at the moment because we're in February. So I've gone back a week, 2 weeks, because I thought it'd be fun. Let's play a game, shall we? Ooh, let's take Grealish out. We'll bring in Dwight McNeil, because obviously I actually really like McNeil. But now let's play it. Fix the problem. I've just put I've kept Grealish on the bench, haven't I? No, I took him out. He shouldn't be red carded because this desktop, even that's going to heat up the PC budget. Yeah, I'm thinking of doing that, but at the moment I can't, guys, because I don't have the money. But yeah, oh shit, I didn't mean to press that. Filmmaking is good, guys. You can shoot any... I'm going to shoot a short film this year. I've got some ideas. I am going to shoot something. Oh, talking of which, guys, I'm fin livid. I'm absolutely livid. I bought a Rode mic a few days ago. Rode mics go onto Canon cameras. I bought one in a second-hand shop that I found one in a second-hand shop. I was so excited. Literally, I was like a kid. I was so excited. I found a Rode mic. They're normally like 70 quid a piece. A Rode mic that goes on clips onto a Canon camera is like £70 normally. Found one in the second-hand shop for £35. Oh yeah, found out my Canon, bought it, come home with it, found out my Canon camera doesn't have found out my Canon camera. Oh my god, my nose. Found out my Canon camera doesn't have an audio jack, so I've got a mic that I can't f***ing use. I nearly cried. I generally nearly cried. I spent 35 quid on something I can't use. I'm gonna send it back. I'm gonna get a refund. I'll get my 35 quid back. Oh. Part of me thinks I should just keep it and then just save up some money and buy a new camera, but Climate of Fat, that's our manager's name, Climate of Fat Joe. If I had 100,000, I would donate you 1,000. Oh, that's really kind of you. 100,000 is a lot of money, guys. Like that, literally 100,000 20 years ago was a lot of money. But now you can't even buy a house for that in the UK now. That's generally like how bad it's got economically. Yeah. Yeah. Because of goal difference. Yeah, that happened to Man United. When Man City won the league in 2012, when Man City won the league in 2012, oh shit, I thought he wasn't going to get there. I was going to do a slide tackle. When Man City won the league, you know the scene when they went, Aguero! That moment when Aguero scored, that goal put them above Man United on goal difference. Man City only won the 2012 season on goal difference, that's an incredible moment. In fact, Arsenal won the league in the 80s on goal difference, I think. But they won the league by something ridiculous. They won the league by the fact they'd scored more goals at home or something like that. It was something ridiculous. I've always wondered what happens if you win the league. I want to know, like, I want to know now what happens if you win the league on goal difference, but then basically both teams have the same goal difference. I think for a desktop with your preference, you need like a terabyte of storage. Oh yeah, I've got I will admit, guys, I got 2 hard drives with 3 terabytes. I don't need more storage, guys. I got like 7 terabytes of footage. I got 7 terabytes. Oh my god. Yeah, I've got like 7 terabytes of storage. I've got. We're playing very well. We just got no sort of defense. Yeah, I got 2 HDD. I was thinking of getting an SSD hard drive. There was one on Amazon last year. It was 2,000 gigabytes, but it did something like 2,000 megabytes. It did something like 2,000 gigabytes a second or something like that. It did something like 2 gigabytes. second upload speed, which is brilliant, which is very good. I will say this, guys. So I had to port all my when I was doing my uni film, Memento Mori. I had to port all the footage off. So I ported all the footage off. So I ported all the footage of this film. It took me 4 hours because it was 500 gigabytes. It took me 4 hours because my computer was doing like 100 megabytes a second. My hard drive, porting to my hard drive, I could only do it at 100 megabytes a second. Yeah, it took me 4 hours, guys. So I was sat in a college classroom from like 12. Everyone left at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, everyone left at 12 in the afternoon. I was still there at 4 in the afternoon. I was still there at 4 in the afternoon. And we scored again. Good. I think we can safely say here that we have beaten, and Dwight McNeil scored on the 87 minutes, so we rounded up a 3-0 win versus Fulham. Yeah. Yeah, 4 o'clock. It was like 4, no, it might have been later. It might have been nearly 5 o'clock. But I did look at hard drives straight after. I looked at hard drives straight afterwards because I was like, I can't do that. I can't just be sat there for. I can't sit. If I'm on a set, I can't be sat there for 4 hours. And I googled it. I found this hard drive that would basically turn 4 hours into 4 minutes, and I'm like, that's pretty good. Actually, fun fact: if any of you are into computers, fun fact. A 4 gigabyte RAM computer. Yeah. What was it? A 4 gigabyte RAM computer could render Toy Story in an hour. The original Toy Story could render the original Toy Story in an hour. Basically, back when they made the original Toy Story. When they made the original Toy Story, they needed thousands of computers to render it. Now one computer could do that in an hour. That might have been that was a couple of years ago though. So oh my god, that was a hell of a goal. But that was like 7 years ago in like 2019. That was like 7 years ago. So yeah, computers probably have got more powerful now. In fact, about 20 years ago, the internet used to take like 45 minutes to load. Oh, that's a bummer. The goalkeeper punched it out. We could have scored then. Yeah, about 20 years ago, it took 45 minutes. The internet took 45 minutes to load. A map of the United Kingdom. Jesus, you. Oh yeah, my uni lecturer said that to me, that he thought the first time he got a 1 megabyte SD card, he thought it was ridiculously powerful. That is true though. We're doing well, guys. We just need to defend. But that is always one problem, though. Like for example, guys, I've got 4 tabs open right now, and they're running smoothly. I could probably close some of these tabs, actually. Some of these... I'm just going to pause the game a sec. I could probably close some of these. I've got the stream open twice because I have it open on the YouTube watch page. Because sometimes if you're watching it on YouTube Live Studio, you don't see every comment. But I'm going to close that because there's nothing I need to see on there. But yeah, yeah, sometimes if you're in the YouTube Live Studio, not every comment shows up. So I have the stream open twice half the time. Oh, that would have been amazing. Oh my god, he scored. And you never know. Oh, my foot. I'm sorry, guys, if I complain about my foot. I went on a 5-mile walk earlier on, and basically my shoes don't fit. Basically, my shoe doesn't fit, so I've got a bit of a... I got a bit of a blister on the back of my foot. Probably from walking 5 miles. I've walked 5 miles in 3 days. Sorry, 10 miles in 3 days. Oh, he scored again. Maybe a RTX for future proofing. Yeah. I think we can safely say this match is won as well. We've played very well in these. We won 4-1. Who scored then? Who scored the 4th? McNeil scored again. That's pretty... McNeil has scored too. Yeah, computers are... We've now got 43 points, haven't we? We've got 43 points. We've got 3 more than Everton have in reality. Everton actually lost to Bournemouth and Man United, so we've actually done really well. Ooh. Hello, Deffelbear. Welcome to the stream. Nice to see that you started with a bit of colourful language. Right. Everton actually won this game in reality 3-2 yesterday. Everton Newcastle. Everton's striker scored with his backside. Yeah. That's going to be clippable. Sorry, you don't have to apologise. You don't have to apologise for swearing. Like, come on. I've seen 4-year-olds that swear. Literally, well, you probably shouldn't swear at 4 years old, but it depends what they watch. Depends what they watch. There used to be a show in the UK called Super Nanny, and it's about a lady going to people's houses and teaching parents how to deal with their children, if their children are, like, you know, very loud and, you know, things like that. And there was a clip of this mother, basically, that her children... There's this one episode, and they got a 4-year-old, and basically the 4-year-old is, like, very violent and swears a lot. And the lady even says, who does the show, she even said, I've never seen a 4-year-old swear as much as he does. I know. How everybody on here, how did you learn your first swear word? I know how I learned my first swear word. I know how I learnt my first swear word. I think my sister slapped my dad, and my dad went, "Oh, what a you bitch." Think the goal. Oh, that went wrong. Yeah. Yeah, but swearing's bad, but swearing's a bad thing. But obviously, I think there's basically like I think with swearing there's a time and place to sort of do it. Oh, I think there's a, with swearing, I think there's a time and a place. Right, so I'm going to go this way. Come on. Come on, die. Seamus Coleman is running. Seamus Coleman, guys, is in real life is like is 30, nearly 38. Right, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. And he has just absolutely found the roof of the onion packet. How the hell did he do that? How the goalkeeper's made an absolute blunder there. Look, the goalkeeper saves it and just puts it in. He palms it into his own net. How's he done that then? I've saved it. Laser. Oh no, you haven't. You can just imagine that. I've saved it. No, you haven't. I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a ball. I wish I had a bat with a hat, then cooler. Hello, Mario Enjoyer. Welcome to the stream. I don't know, like, you know, some people wish. Oh, who scored? Oh, Joe Linton. I'm glad it's not going. Why is there no Minecraft? Well, because I decided to stream FIFA, but I forgot to change the stream from yesterday's stream, which I did. I privated it because I had a bit of a whinge at the game yesterday on stream. So do I have Switch 2? I do, yeah. Yeah. Some people didn't know that up until yesterday's stream. Yeah, it does say Minecraft and FIFA. Does say playing Minecraft and FIFA, but yeah, I didn't change the stream from yesterday because I forgot. But it happened to be, guys, yesterday's stream. Yesterday's cool. It's a good console. It is a good console. I really like it. Eliminate die goes downfield. I should have passed that. I should have squared that. That's my fault. Oh, who scored? Mikalenko, wasn't it? I changed it. Oh, okay. Let me just change it. I can't spell, guys. I just put tittle. Title. Let's call it forfeit FIFA. Can I see your games? Not at the moment because we're halfway through this match, and we've got to win this match. But I don't have that many games. I have Minecraft. I have some of the Batman games though. I do have some of the Batman games. Oh my god, 3-2. This is the actual score. Oh no, don't change the name again. I have a lot of games. Yeah, I don't have a lot of games, but it's because I'm... Joe, that was a joke. My tittle, yeah. Because I like balls. That's kind of a joke. That's kind of funny, actually. Nick Pope on goal. So it wasn't... Oh, it wasn't Dewsbury Hall's goal then. Come on. Tiana Barry runs downfield. Oh. We need to score. I'll be back in a second.
Well, a shame that he couldn't find the target from there. Well, a good place to win it back, and let's see what it leads to.
Does what work? Yes or no? Cool. No! Why do you have a command for iTitle? I don't. That's always been... I don't. That's Nightbot's. This is forfeit. This should be forfeit FIFA. Oh shoot! We need to. Oh, I didn't even mean to click that. Oh my god! I think Nick Pope's made a couple of errors, so I think we could. It's gone in. So we've had 2 own goals against us. Yeah, Nick Pope keeps making mistakes, so I think we can. I think we can definitely. Oh bollocks! Because you're not a mod. It's because you're not a mod. I don't think. And Armstrong does absolutely shit. Oh, sorry, I got a sore arm. Right. Ooh, bollocks. We're winning 4-3. I think we need another goal, guys. I think we need another goal to... Oh. I should have passed that. But McNeil is always pretty good. Do you play Mario's? I do, not all of them though. Because, you know, Mario's a thing now where Mario has so many different games that you don't really know. Oh shit, we never... Hello Cameron, welcome to the stream. Oh. Yeah, it's just costs. I have heard of Odyssey, but Mario Odyssey costs a lot of money. Like, you know, those games, Nintendo's a weird one where their games never drop price. Their games never sort of drop. With sort of Nintendo, their games. Just get a PS5. Just going from a soccer tournament. Cool. FIFA is on PS5. I'm playing it on Switch. What? They're all on them. Oh, I thought the game was over. Playing FIFA because I like kicking balls. No, people used to kick my balls. Honestly, I played football with a friend once. Why do you need a Switch? What? Why do I need a Switch? Because I play Switch? I'm a bit confused what you mean. No, what I was talking about is Mario, for example. Mario games. A lot of Nintendo's games, they never drop price. So like Super Mario Odyssey is still 50 odd quid, despite the fact that the game's 9 years old. That's what I'm referring to. If you're referring to that, I'm referring to Nintendo games never drop price. Only buy Nintendo consoles for Mario. I have no idea what you got timed out. You're wasting a lot of money there if you're only buying them for Mario. You're wasting a lot of money there. Because a lot of the games that come out on PS4 and all that are all on Nintendo as well. Well, they're... Yeah, definitely. You can't ban someone for that. Everyone's knackered. Right, we'll have to make some squad substitutions here. I can actually play Seamus Coleman in left back. Okay. In defence. No, that's what I'm saying. Mario enjoyed. That's a waste of money if you're only buying Nintendo consoles for one game. If you're only buying Nintendo consoles just for one type of game, there's no point of you having that console. Because that's a lot of money just to only buy Mario games. Right. If do you guys sort of get what I mean? That's a lot of money. Some people buy Switch Lites. Yeah, but what I said when you said about that, there's still a lot of money if you're only buying Mario games. That's like saying you only buy an Xbox because of Halo. Yeah, when you said that, that's confusing. Like that really confused me when you said FIFA's on PS5. Why didn't you just buy it on there? Because not everybody can afford that. Because not everybody can afford that. But all those, if you're only buying one game for the one type of game for a console. I have a PS4 and a PS5 Pro. Yeah, but I'm saying not everybody can afford that. But when you said that then about why would you buy a non-Nintendo game on a Nintendo Switch, that made no sense. That's like saying you only buy Halo. That's like saying you only buy Halo, Minecraft because it's owned by Xbox. Well, sorry, Microsoft. Okay, have a good rest of your day, Cameron. Hold on, there's no fans in the stadium. Oh my god, nobody can defend. It's just $80 just because start with free and then buy a $80 game if you have the money. I have extended my thumb. Oh. Well, yeah, free games, but you can. Not every game is 80 quid. But only buying a Switch for Nintendo consoles and for Mario games, that's a waste of money. Because that means you'd only be playing it at certain points. That's like that's like buying a camera and not being a photographer. Not quid. Well, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Yeah, but I know you're not. Never mind the comment about thing. Like, money's the same. Everything's the same amount of money. Because obviously I don't know you're Canadian. I have American dollars. Yeah, but they're all the same. It's all the currency. All the prices all the prices are basically the same. But yeah, only buying. Oh God knows. Only buying one console, one game on console. Super Mario Maker is good though. Yeah, but if you're only buying a Nintendo console for Mario games, that's a lot of money wasted, really. Based on how expensive the consoles are. Yeah, so imagine buying a Nintendo Switch and then you buy 2 games on it. You still spent nearly 300-400 quid on 300-400 whatever on the game, based on how much obviously the video game consoles cost now. But that's I had my first Switch in June 2019. Yeah. Oh. But yeah, that's a lot of money though if you're only buying Nintendo games. Well, I mean, if you're only buying like Mario games, that's a lot of money to spend on the console. And then only play a certain type of game on it. Which is not that bad. Well, it still is 60. Yeah, but back in the day that was normal. Back in the day that was expensive. You know, video games for £60 or dollars, Canadian dollars, whatever it is. Games for 60 is still quite expensive. It's just that it just happens to be in the last 5 years, video games have become even more expensive. So, for example, well, yeah, that's because it had only just come out. They came out in 2017. So 200, I think it was 280. I think it was about 280. It was about 280, I think. It was about 280. So when the price because the price never dropped. Well, yeah. Video games started being about £60 back in 2018 time. So when I bought Lego Pirates of the Caribbean, I got Lego Pirates of the Caribbean for Christmas 2011. Lego Pirates of the Caribbean in 2011 was 20 quid. I hate inflation. It's not inflation. Inflation isn't. You hate inflation, but it's a normal thing. Obviously, the price has always gone up. The price has always gone up, and it's not actually inflation that's the problem. It's everything else. The cost of production going up. It's the cost of production going up means that they've got to up the prices. If the materials to make that stuff become more expensive, it's actually not. Ironically, it's not inflation. It's actually you guys that love video games that are the problem, because you've constantly wanted and asked for video games to be more and more. You guys have constantly asked for video games to become more and more every Mario game at launch. Yeah, it's actually you guys which are the problem, because you guys have asked and asked for basically the prices to not for the prices, but for the games to become more and more. You guys have asked for the games to become more and more realistic, which means obviously they spend more money on They spend more and more money on making it, which means they've got to get that money. They've got to get that money back, so they have to make the prices more expensive because they've put more money into the making of it. It's why films like Avatar, for example, It's why a film like Avatar, Fire and Ash had to make more and more money, had to make over $1 billion. No, but they still, to make those games, they've become more and more expensive. It's not about realism. The more and more data they put in video games, like, you know, some video games now are like, you know, 30 to 40 gigabytes, aren't they? Because of all the amount of data they're now putting in it, it means that they've got to make it more and more. They've got to sell it for more because they've spent more on it, which is why I reckon the new GTA will be over £100, because they've spent over £1 billion on making it. They've got to make that money back. Yeah, all those are good and cheap. Yeah, but because they know people will buy them, because everyone uses a phone. If you get what I mean, everybody uses a phone. So they know people will buy them. They can do it for cheaper because so many people have phones. So they have to make... But not everyone has a video game console. So they've got to make sure that they get their money back. No one has phones. What? What do you mean no one has phones? The phone is the greatest one of the most successful inventions. Just emulate the games. Yeah. You can emulate the games, but someone has to have the game. To emulate the game, you've got to... To emulate that game, you've got to have it on some sort of... You've got to have it, at least have it somewhere to emulate it. You can't emulate a game out of thin air. So someone's got to have it to emulate it. It's like when you have a cracked Adobe account. It's like when you have the Adobe Creative Cloud cracked. Someone has to have... Oh no. Just download version. Yeah, but you still got to have it on there. I don't think you get what I'm on about. You can't just emulate or get a game cracked on thin air. Well, yeah, but someone's had to have bought it to put it on there. It's like when you get a cracked Adobe Creative Cloud. Somebody's had to put it on somewhere for you to crack it, for you to get it. I'm only saying that because I know my friend did it. He got the Adobe Creative Cloud free. That's what I mean. Why am I repeating myself? Well, yes, but I saw your comment afterwards. Yeah, I didn't repeat myself. I saw your comment afterwards. But just download ROMs. And went back on myself because I remember what a ROM is. But I think emulating games... isn't emulating games illegal? Well, technically downloading ROMs to games you don't own from the internet that is illegal. That part of it is illegal. There's some parts of it, obviously, that aren't illegal. But there's some parts that are. Well, yeah, I know other people do. Yeah. Yeah, there is some parts of that which are illegal. Let's hope Tarkowski's a bit more. I will bring in a left back. Sorry, your chat delay is so bad. There isn't a chat delay. It's the stream. There isn't a delay per se. It's more of YouTube has decided that we just won 3-2. It's 10 seconds at least, but that's YouTube. That's YouTube doing that. I've not set any delays. Right, so we've got 48 points. We're 7th. Liverpool are literally only a point ahead. We've got to play Brentford. I really want to beat Brentford. Guys, I really want to beat this Brentford game because they beat us. They beat us in the save. They beat Everton a few games before. Tarkowski. Actually, I feel if Atletico Madrid want him, we should actually consider it. Also, I'm not. No, I just changed my name. Oh. Yeah, I wouldn't have known you've changed your name because I can't tell who people are if they've changed their name. So I did actually think you were a new person. I did actually think you were new. Yeah, that's why I don't remember you. I remember people, but if someone changes their name, then I'm not going to remember them. Right, so this Brentford game, I would love to win. Because they're only a few points, they're around about the same points as us, so I would like to, get Brentford back. I think we're going to sim this for a bit and see what happens. Oh my god. Ooh, pardon me. What the hell did they just do? They just kicked the ball all the way out of play. Oh, so technically it's a new account then. Yeah. Let's shoot this ball back. Considering retirement. No, you're not considering retirement. You're going to stay with Everton for the rest of your career. I suppose this is the rest of your career if you would resign. What do you do with ban evaders? What's ban evader? What? I'm a little bit confused what you're on about. Oh my god. My nose is sore. Oh. That was a terrible header. Ban evaders. Sorry, I was a bit confused. I thought you were talking about a video game. That's quite hard to tell though. People that you ban. I hardly ban people though, but I have banned a few people. Obviously, some people deserve to get banned because I've banned a few people before. I had someone that was being a bit suicidal on my stream, and I had somebody in the stream that don't worry, I wasn't banned before. No, but not many people are banned. I have had someone that I banned because we had someone that was suicidal on the stream, and they turned around and told them to just shut up and kill themselves, so they had to be banned, which is, that's a very horrific thing to say to someone. Steve, Minecraft Gamer, yes, I remember you. Yes, I do. Minecraft Steve, yes it was. I do remember that name. Welcome back. Yeah, when you said about Switch, about only having the Nintendo for Mario, that is a waste of money if you're only buying one sort of game. That's like that is That's like buying a DVD player when you have only got one film. That is like in a context. That's actually true. Yeah, that's a really good. That's a really good example. That's like yeah, that's like how you know, buying a DVD player and only having one film. I had a Wii U in 2025. Wii U had a lot of games on it. Wii U had a lot of good games on it. You can buy Minecraft Legacy Console Edition on Wii U. And you can still buy that. Because that's on DVD, that's on disc. Wii U is a good console. Wii U is a good console. The problem was they didn't steal a lot of Wii U games. They didn't. That's not stealing. Nintendo brought out a load of Wii games. You can't steal because they own it. That's a good goal. You can't really say they stole them because Nintendo owned both consoles. The Wii U was Nintendo's successor, so they brought out remastered games from the Wii U onto the Switch. Which he's offside. Stealing would be if PS5, if Sony, you know, brought out a Xbox game on the PS5 without permission of Microsoft. I had Switches a lot of times, but sold them all. We would have been in then. You sell your console when you need a new console. But if you're selling it, do you need a new one then? You make it sound like you buy a new console whenever the game. You're making it sound like you buy a new console every time a game comes out. Because I don't get how you'd need a new console. If you can sell the old console, do you need a new console? If you've because if it's still sellable, it means it still plays. No, when I want a different console. Ah, okay. Might be worth keeping them though. It might be worth keeping them because, you know, in a few years' time, rather than always selling your old games consoles, it might be worth keeping them because in a few years' time, nostalgia will sit in. I know you're the only one in chat. It's because I'm playing FIFA. How many goals has he scored? Events. Oh no, Garner scored, but Barry has scored a hat-trick. We've scored 4. We scored 4 and then they lost a player on the 77th minute, which is good. It looks like I'm spamming, but I'm not. No, but that's not spamming though. Spamming would be if you commented like 10 times in 30 seconds. Everton's next game is literally versus Liverpool. Well, it's not. That's a real life commentator. That's a real life sports commentator that's very, very famous. Right, where are we in the league and where are Liverpool? We're 6th, they're 5th. No, we're 7th, they're 6th. So we could go 6th and they can go 7th. They've won 14, drew 10, lost 8. We've won 14, drew 9, lost 9. We've scored 50. They've scored. We scored 50, conceded 40. They've scored 59 and conceded 47. Where's Tottenham? Tottenham is 17th. Where's Nottingham Forest? I've got 35 points. Why? Because that's the way I type. Nightbot puts every first letter in capital because that's the way I do it because that's the way I do it with YouTube streams. If you go and look in my YouTube description, every first word has a capital in it because I tried to make it stand out so you'd actually read it, because a lot of people don't read it. A lot of people don't read what Nightbot says. So everything that I've put in Nightbot, I'm hopefully want people to read it, what Nightbot sort of says. It's basically I want to get people to read it. Yeah, I know that. But it's not just about that. If you're in marketing, if you're trying to get people to read it, putting a capital in there is actually quite useful for marketing because it makes people read it. It's like grammar works in a thing. Grammar works like that. Hello, Decepted. I'll join the VC in a second, Decepted. I don't want to lose this match. Oh, and we're building ourselves up from the back, straight to Barry, straight to McNeil, straight to Barry, who's turned them in like a can of beans, and he hits it right in the bag. Where's my headphones? I've never been a fan of sports. It's not boring, but you know, to most people, Mario's boring. You know, you're following a fictional character around on adventures. It's basically like it's a double-sided thing. Some people like sports, some people like video games. But it's all about whatever perks other people's some people's interests. For example, I don't like games like Grand Theft GTA and things like that. I think they're promoting shit that probably shouldn't be promoted on games. FIFA is boring. It's not really a board game. Although board games are fun. Board games are very, very, very fun. Oh, I also don't like big games. But isn't Mario a big game? You just said about Mario, but isn't Mario like a big game? Because, Mario, first ever 3D game. Fucking hell, Decepted. I'm not from any of those countries. Oh shit. I'm not from any of those countries, Decepted, so I can't really tell you that. You don't like big hard games. That just sounds like you can't be bothered to generally that sounds like you can't be bothered to play the game. Well, not all games are meant to be hard. Games are not hard. There's always a strategy to them, but it depends whether you can learn the strategy. It depends whether you're willing to learn the strategy. I don't like the Minecraft servers that much. So, on that regard, I don't like the Minecraft servers. Oh shit, that wasn't very good. Hey, why did you say games are hard? What? I said some games are are hard. They're challenging. Challenging. What? Oh my god, he missed. Yeah, that's not out of context though. You can't take that. If you somehow take that out of context, I would be more surprised if people could take that out of context. That's like actually there is a joke in a film. Actually, there's a joke in a TV series. There's a joke. There's a joke in a TV series where a lady, she's campaigning for a guy called Liam Bentley, but they crop her. She doesn't look important enough, so they crop her in. So they crop her, and yeah, I'll join Intercepted. There's this lady that she doesn't look important enough in this TV show, so they crop her in, and as they crop her in, Liam Bentley turns into this line, "I am bent." So like, it's a because they've cropped in. It's a really funny line, but true, you can take things out of context. We are playing like a house on fire right now. Right, I've joined the VC Decepted. And Jimmy, you must be Jimmy. Never heard that one. I've heard something. Let me tell you a knock joke. Knock. Who's there? Jimmy. Jimmy who? Jimmy back my story or something like that. But you know. Shit, we just gave that ball right back to him. But just absolutely lines him out. And he goes in and scores. We take the lead. Do you watch cartoons? I gotta be honest. No, I don't. I haven't watched a cartoon since I was like, I don't know, 14. I haven't watched a cartoon since, I don't know, 14, 13, maybe 15. I think watching cartoons isn't something you do after you're like 15. After you're like 15, I think you pretty much watch more, adult orientated stuff, like you watch more live action stuff. Italian brain rot. I'm not muted. I'm not mute. Oh shit! I have muted. I can hear my own stream back. Just give me a second, Decepted. Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry, I didn't realise that I turned my sound off. Is Deceptive my dad? Is Deceptive my dad? No. Yeah, sorry. No, that was... You've just... Yeah. Who is my dad? What? No, Deceptor's not my dad. Deceptor's younger than me. By like 4 months. Is Nightbot my son? Is Nightbot my son? Nightbot isn't a person. No, we're not. No. Oh shit. I would love for us to get a 3rd goal and beat Liverpool 3 now. But we lead 2-0 as it stands at the moment. Blow the whistle, ref. Come on. Good. Would you rather be a robot or computer? Would you rather be a robot or a computer? Neither. Have no sleep or no food? Well, hopefully I'd rather have sleep and food, but it depends on how long. Because either way, you're gonna die either way. Either way, you're gonna die. You can't choose both or neither. Well, yeah, but I said either way you're gonna die. That's why I'm not giving you an answer, because I said either way you're gonna die. You know, if you don't have food, you'll be dead in a month. If you don't have food, you'll be dead in like, you know, in a month, maybe month and a half. Of course not. Very, very sure. There we go. The last 2 games. Right, we're on a nice little run at the moment of 3 games unbeaten. We've got 4 games left of this season. We got a draw again. So we got a draw. So that's 15 wins, 10 draws, 9 losses. Would you have 1 million dollars, 1 cent every day? Depend. 1 cent. Well, that'd be 1 pence. Hold on. I'm gonna calculate that. I take the 1,000,000. You blue. My favourite colour is blue. No, you take, in that case though, Mario Enjoyer, you take the 1,000,000. You would take the 1,000,000 because if you got 1 pence every day, 1 pence every day would be the equivalent of £3 a year. You'd only get £3 a year, which you would not. So 1,000,000 outright, a million instantly would be much more than, you know, a pence a day. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah. $1 every, £1, £1 every day. Well, £1 every day. That'd be £300 a year. No, you'd still take the 1,000,000. You'd still take the 1,000,000. Mario Enjoyer. you'd still take the 1,000,000 because £1 every day isn't enough to survive. If you're on a £3 a year is not enough to survive on. £300 a year isn't enough for you to survive on. Oh. $10 every day. What? What is it? 10 times 365. That's, yeah, you still wouldn't survive off that. I don't think you realise how much that is, guys. £10 a day is still only £3,000 a year. So here, 10 times 300, £10 a day times 365. That's £3,650 a year. That can't be right. Well, yeah, £10 a day. You can buy constants of food. No, you wouldn't survive off that, the Mario Enjoyer. £10 a day, literally, it's illegal in the UK to be on less than £10 an hour. £10 a day is illegal. Like £10 a day in the UK you'd be in prison for underpaying staff. Generally in the UK, £10 a day, you'd have to wait 2 years. Yeah, you wouldn't have to wait 2 years, but £3,000 a year would mean the average person spends about £1,000, £1,000 to £2,000 on a month. The average person in the UK spends about, I don't know, £1,000 a month probably on like bills, food, electricity and things like that. So you're not going to survive with that. 1 pence every second. Well, that's 60 pence a second. So 60 times 24. 60 times 24 is £1,400 a day. Yeah, that would be more like it if you got that every second. 1,400 times obviously 365. That would be more like £500,000. That'd be 560,000. 560,000 a pence in pound. That would still only be £5,000 a year. That would still only be £5,000 a year. Still, you wouldn't survive off that.
What the fuck, bro?
I guess school really was useful. Yeah. Yes, school actually is useful. Well, yeah, literally. If you got £5,000 a year, literally you wouldn't survive, because you would spend more than that on food, bills, electricity. You'd spend more than that on stuff. School's only useful for maths. No, it's useful for other things. School's useful for everything, you know, spreading awareness and stuff. Schools are useful. They're very, very useful, in fact. How long it needs geometry?
Fuck off. He's nearly dead, he's on pain.
Well, it's still useful though. It's still useful. Angles and shapes of things are useful because there are jobs that need that. Like people building, like construction workers building buildings, you know, they've got to know the exact angles and the positions and things of what they're doing. Why don't we learn about 2000s? Because it's not history yet. We don't learn about that stuff at the moment because it's not really classed as history. It's only like 10, 20 years ago, so it's still very much the modern time periods. Whereas things that happened, say, 60 years ago, it was 26 years ago. Yeah, but it's still very modern. Nothing's changed, if you know what I mean. Even though it was 26 years ago, nothing has changed in the last 20 years. Nothing really has changed. You know, the world is still very much the same. The only thing that is, well, it was still the same then, Decepted. But yeah, nothing's. It was 26 years ago, but nothing has changed since in that regard. Why is it till 1980 then? Then it was like 40 years ago. Because 1980, when they talk to you about history, 1980 saw a lot of changes. You know, in the early 80s, there was sorry, just want to scout this player a second. In the 1980s, America and the Soviet Union were very close to going to war with each other. In fact, in 1980, they were very close to going to war with each other. You know, the UK during the 1980s was going through a period. The UK during the 1980s was going through a period of basically renewal, rebuilding. The United States and America were very close to going to war with each other. The Soviet Union was very close to obviously having a civil war as well. There was a lot of stuff that happened in the 80s. But it's the same as. But the thing is, Mario and Joy, the reason it's useful is because you've got to know what's going on in the world. You've got to know what's going on in the world. That's the whole thing. It's why America are so bad. It's why the Americans are really bad at it. Because America don't teach their people anything about history that isn't American. They need to know the future, not the past. That's not true. I will say that's not true. That isn't true because there's a very interesting quote about that, and it's about he who ignores history is bound to repeat it. And it's very true. A lot of people that ignore history repeat the mistakes that was made in the past. You could. That is true, you could. You could. But the difference with YouTube is you don't know if it's true. The difference with YouTube is you don't know if it's true. Because YouTube's one of the rare media things that basically you can upload to yourself. So you can't actually prove whether anything said on YouTube is true. So that an example that springs to mind would be, you know, when you see a news corporation say about, you know, volcano in Japan or something like that, they have to have 4 or 5 individual sources saying the same thing before they report it, whereas you could upload a video of the other part of the world and say volcano in Japan, and even if it's not true, you can't be hit. You can't face any punishment for that, for telling inaccurate information, because technically you're not a journalist. So if it was if you were a true journalist, you would be in trouble for, spreading misinformation. Whereas YouTube isn't a legitimate search engine, so you can technically upload what you want. It's like I think of a good example here. You could make a video right now saying, I don't know, no, I'm just thinking of an example. Yeah, you could do a video right now calling flushing the toilets kills diseases. Is that true? I don't know. Can it be proven? No, maybe not. But you can say it is, because you can upload anything to YouTube. Oh, my foot. Sorry, I went on a walk this morning and I really hurt. Earlier on, and I hurt my foot. Oh, I've started this Premier League shit. I've lost 2 games. I need to get a win. Good. That's pretty good. Oh, Decepted. You said to me the other day. You found that YouTube channel the other day, the DVD guys. At the moment, we seem to just we finished 7th. Why are we in the Europa League? Why are we in the Conference League? Europa League is always 7th. Oh, remember you showed me that YouTube video the other day? That, the DVD guys. Probably not. Yeah. I don't know, I might end this stream in a sec. There we go, so thank you for watching, I'll see you on the next one.